Have you ever wondered why some people are born into nothing, yet somehow end up owning the world, while others work themselves to the bone for 40 years and leave behind only debt and a worn-out body? It isn't a coincidence. It isn't just luck, and it certainly isn't about who worked the hardest. If hard work alone made you a millionaire, every construction worker and every single mother working 3 jobs would be the richest people on the planet. There is a silent, invisible threshold that separates those who struggle from those who thrive. It is a set of invisible chains in your mind that you don't even know are there. But today, we are going to break those chains. Imagine a man named Elias. Elias spent 10 years waking up at 5 a.m., drinking bitter coffee in a cold kitchen, and heading to a job that sucked the soul out of his chest. He did everything he was told to do. He saved his pennies. He avoided trouble. He waited for his turn, but his turn never came. He was stuck in a cycle of survival, watching the world move forward while he stood still. He realized that the math of his life was broken. He was trading his most precious asset, time, for a currency that was losing value every single day. The first thing Elias had to change wasn't his job, it was his relationship with money itself. Most people see money as something to be traded for comfort. You get a paycheck, and immediately your mind starts a list of things you can buy to escape the reality of your life. A better phone, newer clothes, a night out. But a self-made millionaire looks at $1 and doesn't see a purchase. They see a soldier. Every dollar is a soldier that can go out into the world, fight for you, and bring back more soldiers. While Elias was buying things to make himself feel rich for a weekend, the wealthy were buying things that would make them rich while they slept. They build assets, not liabilities. They understand that if you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you do need. Elias realized that his poverty wasn't a lack of money, it was a lack of vision. He began to stop asking, "What can I buy with this?" and started asking, "What can this earn for me?" But changing how you spend isn't enough if you don't change how you think. This is where the second habit takes hold, the obsession with continuous learning. Look around you. Most people stop learning the moment they walk out of a classroom. They spend their evenings numbing their brains with mindless entertainment, scrolling through the lives of people who don't even know they exist. But the self-made man is a perpetual student. He knows that his income will never outgrow his personal development. If you want $1 million bank account, you must first build a $1 million mind. Elias started reading books that made his head ache. He listened to mentors who challenged his every belief. He stopped filling his ears with music and started filling them with knowledge. He realized that the world pays you for the problems you can solve, and you can only solve big problems if you have a big mind. As Elias grew, he encountered the third habit, the one that kills most dreams before they even start, the mastery of risk. Society tells you to play it safe, stay in the lane, don't gamble. But the biggest risk in life is actually taking no risk at all. Playing it safe is a slow death. However, there is a difference between a gambler and a millionaire. A gambler throws his life at the wall and hopes it sticks. A millionaire takes calculated risks. They study the odds, they prepare for the worst, and then they move with absolute conviction. Elias had to face the terror of leaving his secure job to build something of his own. He felt the cold sweat at night, the fear of failure screaming in his ear that he would lose everything. But he learned that fear is just a compass pointing towards growth. If it doesn't scare you, it's probably not worth doing. Then came the fourth habit, the one that requires the most blood, sweat, and tears, delayed gratification. We live in a world that screams now, eat now, buy now, be happy now. But greatness requires the ability to suffer today so you can live like no one else tomorrow. Elias watched his friends buy new cars and go on expensive vacations. He stayed in his small apartment, drove his old car, and worked until his eyes burned. He felt like a fool. He felt like he was missing out on life, but he was building a foundation that could weather any storm. He was choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. He realized that the temporary high of a new purchase is nothing compared to the permanent peace of financial freedom. Finally, the fifth habit, the silent engine that keeps everything moving: consistency. Success isn't a massive explosion, it's a million tiny sparks. It's showing up when you're tired. It's working when no one is watching. It's doing the boring, repetitive tasks every single day for years. Most people quit when the excitement wears off. They want the prize without the process. But the process is the prize. Elias failed many times. He lost money. He was mocked. He was told he was dreaming too big. But he didn't stop. He understood that a river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Years later, Elias stood in the same kitchen where he once drank that bitter coffee. The coffee was better now, but he was a different man. He didn't just have money, he had character. He had built a life on his own terms. He looked at his hands, hands that used to tremble with the stress of bills, and they were steady. He had risen from zero, not by luck, but by forging himself into someone capable of holding wealth. You see, the money is just the scoreboard. The real victory is the person you become in the process. You are standing where Elias once stood. You have the same fears, you have the same doubts, but you also have the same choice. You can keep trading your life for a paycheck, or you can start building a legacy. The world doesn't care about your excuses, it only cares about your results. So look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you ready to kill the person you are, to become the person you were meant to be? The rise from zero starts the moment you decide that enough is finally enough.